Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. Vision without recording becomes emotion, not direction. You felt it yesterday, but you can't find it today because you never captured it. The Spirit moved, but nothing moved in your calendar because nothing was made plain on your paper. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that reads it. Not just write it, make it plain. And I'm here to tell you, clarity is speed, confusion is friction. Say it with me. Clarity is speed, confusion is friction. Our modern problem is we love the first clause, write the vision, we put it on mugs and t-shirts, but we ignore the second clause, make it plain. Then we wonder why we cannot move with endurance. You cannot run without plainness. You can shout in a service, but you can't run on Monday, because inspiration without instruction is agitation. Write this down. Shouting does not replace systems. Desire does not equal design. Fire without form becomes smoke. The Hebrew helps us. The word for vision is chazon, revelation. The word for write is katab, to inscribe. And make it plain is ba'er, to explain, to make clear, to engrave, so it can be read at a glance. God is saying, don't just extract the vision, discipline it until it's readable. Why? So he may run that reads it. Running requires readability. If your vision is not plain, your life will not run. Many of you are not tired because of the devil. You are tired because of drag. Confusion is friction. A plane cannot take off in a fog, and a life cannot accelerate in a blur. I need you to hear me. This is not about being deep. It's about being clear. We have built altars to moments and neglected the blueprints for movement. We enjoy the anointing, but we ignore the architecture. Inspiration will start you. Instruction will sustain you. Emotion can birth a day. Only a system can build a decade. I want to bless you today with something practical. By the time we are done, you will have a one-page template for your vision and a 2-4-hour assignment. We will test whether your vision is real, because truth survives time and system survives storms. Write this down. If it can be read, it can be run. If it can be summarized, it can be supervised. If it can be taught, it can be transferred. We will move from clouds to construction, from applause to application. I'm setting your expectation now. This is not another inspirational evening. This is a movement clinic. Habakkuk didn't say sing the vision. He said write it, make it plain, because God designed vision to travel. And tonight we break the fog. Clarity is speed. Now get your pen ready. Now let us sit with the text and let the text sit with us. Please take notes. I'm going to read slowly so you can hear the sequence in God's system. Habakkuk 2:2-3. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Hear the order right, make plain, reader runs, appointed time, it will speak. God is a God of order. He gives you sequence so you can produce speed. Write this down. Divine order creates human acceleration. Context matters. Habakkuk is perplexed. He is looking at corruption, violence, and injustice, and he is asking, how long? Chapter 1 is a prophet in confusion. Chapter 2 is a God with a system. When your eyes are offended by what you see, God gives you vision to outlast what you see. Vision is heaven's answer to earth's confusion. Some of you are like Habakkuk tonight, frustrated by delay, irritated by contradictions. God's response is not an explanation, it's an instruction. Take dictation. Why? Because feelings change with weather, but tablets do not. If it remains in your emotion, it will evaporate. If it is inscribed, it will endure. Listen to the timing clause. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. The Hebrew there is mohed, an appointment, a set season on God's calendar. That means your vision is time bound. There is a when attached to your what. But it is not time limited. Though it tarry, wait for it. The word wait is not passive laziness. It is active allegiance. Tie yourself to it. Secure yourself to the post like a ship in a storm and refuse to drift. Why write it? Because what is written survives what is waiting. Delay attacks memory before it attacks momentum. Recording is how you insulate your obedience from your emotions. And at the end it shall speak. Powerful phrase. Literally, it will breathe, it will testify. The vision is pregnant with its own voice, but it doesn't speak at the start. It speaks at the end. That's why you must not abort it in the middle. And notice the design feature that he may run that reads it. God intends the vision to travel beyond the prophet. It begins with a person, but it is fulfilled by a people. He didn't say that you may run if you wrote it, but someone else may run who reads it. That means if it's not readable, it's not transferable. If it's not transferable, it's not fulfillable. Corporate execution requires communicable articulation. Please write that down. So the sequence is sacred. Extraction, clarification, transmission, timing, testimony. You don't get the testimony if you skip the transmission. You don't see the appointed time if you neglect the appointed tablet. God tied speed to readability because he tied fulfillment to community. Tell your neighbor, my vision is designed to survive delay and to travel through people. Say it again until your spirit believes it. Now, to obey this text, we must define two words, not culturally, but scripturally. What is vision and what does it mean to make it plain? I'm going to open those next. Because without those definitions, you will write clouds and call them blueprints. Please take notes, write this down, I'm moving fast. What is vision? Not a daydream, not a bucket list, not ambitious appetite dressed in religious language. Vision, from the Greek optica coming into view, is a divine preview of purpose. It is God's trailer of the movie he already produced in your spirit. Jeremiah 1:5 records God saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. That means purpose predates birth, and vision is the picture that introduces you to that purpose. Vision should be out of reach, but never out of sight. Why? Because it pulls you while it focuses you. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. They cast off restraint. Vision is the photograph that handcuffs you to destiny. Now let me separate your eyes from your insight. There is natural sight and there is heart vision. You can have 20/20 sight and still be blind in purpose. Jesus asked in Mark 8:18, having eyes, do you not see? Paul adds in 2 Corinthians 4:18, we look not at the things which are seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Natural sight shows you what is, heart vision shows you what should be. Sight finds obstacles, vision finds pathways. Sight reports facts, vision births futures. Write this down. You don't live by what you see with your eyes. You live by what you see with your heart. Here is the identity principle that will save you 10 years of wandering. Your vision is not ahead of you, it's in you. Ephesians 3:20 says, God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all we ask or think, according to the power that works in us, not around us, in us. The kingdom's blueprint is internal. Luke 17:21, the kingdom of God is within you. Vision is not imported, it is uncovered. It is blown into you by his spirit and tied to your design. God never gives you a vision apart from how he constructed you. A fish doesn't need swimming lessons, it needs water. You don't need hype, you need habitat, an environment where your design and your destiny agree. Let me give you my working chain. Please write it word for word. Vision is foresight with insight based on hindsight. Foresight, seeing tomorrow. Insight, understanding today. Hindsight, learning from yesterday. That's why God keeps rehearsing patterns. Hebrews 8:5 recalls, see that you make all things according to the pattern shown you in the mount. Vision discerns the divine pattern and then orders steps accordingly. It is future in picture, but present in instruction. Say this with me and tell your neighbor, I was not born to drift, I was born to deliver. Say it again until your bones agree. You were not sent to sample everything, you were sent to produce something. That something is your vision manifested. Now hear the bridge, because this is where Habakkuk becomes a system. If vision is internal and divine, then writing is not paperwork, it is extraction. The pen becomes your straw. You draw out what God hid in you. John 7:38, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Rivers don't flow until you open a channel. Writing opens the channel. When you write, you excavate the preview. When you make it plain, you engineer the pathway. We are about to put your river on paper. Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. The missing step is where most visions die. People write, but they don't make it plain. They pen poetic clouds and call it progress. I will impact the world with transformative excellence and catalytic innovation for generational uplift. That sounds impressive. It just can't be executed. It's a headline without a handbook, a song without a score. Habakkuk didn't say make it pretty. He said make it plain. Why? Because you can't run on poetry. You run on plans. Let's do the word work. The Hebrew term in Habakkuk 2:2 is ba'er, to explain, to clarify, to make distinct so it can be read at a glance. In Deuteronomy 1-5, Moses expounded, bear the law. He didn't invent it, he made it understandable. So write this down. Plain means readable. Readable means runnable. Runnable means transferable. If your draft requires prophetic decoding every time, it is not holy, it is unfinished. Now let me define plain in practical terms. Please capture this line by line. Plain means it is simple enough to be remembered, specific enough to be measured, and clear enough to be repeated. Simple enough to be remembered. If you can't carry it in your head, you won't carry it in your habits. Specific enough to be measured. If you cannot put a number or a deadline on it, you cannot steward it. Clear enough to be repeated. If a volunteer can't say it on your behalf without changing its meaning, it's not plain yet. Hear the apostle. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33. Confusion is not spiritual, it's sloppy. Deep does not mean dense. Mystical does not mean muddled. Write this down. Unclear vision is not revelation. It is rebellion against discipline. Making it plain is not dumbing it down. It is disciplining it until it can be executed. That is not carnality. That is covenant with clarity. Speed principle. Say it with me. The runner cannot stop to interpret. If a highway sign takes a paragraph, traffic will crash. If the baton handoff requires a meeting, the race is lost. Clarity is a transportation system for purpose. The more you compress meaning without losing intent, the faster truth travels. That's why Jesus summarized 613 commands into 2. You shall love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. Matthew 22:37-40. That was not dilution. That was divine compression for daily execution. Test yourself. Please be honest. If your vision needs a 20-minute explanation, it's not plain. If you can't teach it to a teenager and have them teach it back to you in the same words, it's not plain. If your team keeps asking, what exactly are we doing? You do not have rebels, you have fog. Tell your neighbor, plain is power. Say it again. Plainness produces restraint. Restraint produces speed. We've disciplined the message. Next, we must define the mover. Who is the runner? Because execution is communal, and God designed your plain vision to travel on other people's legs. Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. So that he may run who reads it. Hear the genius of God. The vision is written to create runners. Your vision is larger than your hands. It was never meant to be carried by your calendar alone. God made vision transferable. If others can't read it, they can't run with it. The tablet is not a diary, it's a baton. You do not write to remember, you write to release. Say that with me. I write to release. This is the law of individual to corporate fulfillment. God never gives vision to a committee. He gives vision to a person for the sake of a people. Moses received the pattern. Israel became the project. Exodus 18 shows Jethro telling Moses, you will surely wear away unless you set rulers of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Translation, turn revelation into roles so the people can run. Jesus carried the redemptive vision, but he chose 12, then 70, and sent them 2 by 2. He wrote it in parables, demonstrated it in practice, then delegated it as a mission. Paul saw the Gentile assignment, but he traveled with Barnabas, Silas, Timothy, Titus, Priscilla, and Aquila. Here is system in 2 Timothy 2:2. The things you have heard from me, commit to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. That's 4th generation running. Vision originates in you. It is fulfilled through them. Write this down. When the vision is only in your head, you become the bottleneck. When it is made plain, you become the source. Bottlenecks hoard, sources flow. Leaders without tablets become tyrants by accident. Everyone must stand in your line to interpret your mood. But Hebrews 12:1 says, let us run with patience the race set before us, plural. The race is corporate, but the route must be readable. If your assistants can't repeat it, your organization can't run with it. If your team needs your presence to explain the purpose every time, you are not mentoring runners, you are managing traffic. Let me pastor you with a smile. Some of you are exhausted not because the devil is strong, but because your vision is trapped in your personality. You become the only one who knows how to do it right, and so you become the only one who ever does it. That is not excellence. That is ego disguised as quality control. The proof of clarity is replication without you in the room. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 9:26, I therefore run, not as uncertainly. Runners need certainty, not vibes. Certainty comes from plainness. Lift your voice and declare, say it loud, my vision will outlive my mood. Say it again until your soul submits, my vision will outlive my mood. Why? Because once it is written and made plain, it is no longer hostage to how you feel on Tuesday. It can be read at a glance and run at a pace. Here is the bridge. God's command implies a system. Upon tablets means format, signs, not slogans. A structure that turns readers into runners. To get runners, you must provide a format they can carry, roles, rhythms, and repeatable language. We are about to build that format so your vision can finally travel on other people's legs. Clap your hands and praise his name. Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. The moment you make the vision plain, you install a filter. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. The Hebrew word there is para, meaning they cast off restraint. They unravel. They become unbraided. So reverse it. Where there is vision, people put on restraint. Vision ties you up so your life doesn't come apart. Clarity creates boundaries, and boundaries create speed. That's why a runner moves fast on a track, because there are lanes. Lanes don't limit velocity. Lanes enable it. Say it with me. A plain vision becomes restraint, and restraint becomes power. Now here is the counterintuitive truth. Write this down. Vision imprisons you. I know that sounds strange, but it's a holy prison. It locks you away from options that don't belong to your assignment. Paul says all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. 1 Corinthians 10:23. Expeditious means it moves me toward my destination. Busyness is not progress. Activity is not productivity. Many are moving, but few are advancing. Without restraint, you say yes to every good opportunity and miss the right assignment. Vision makes life what simple. It's not easy, it's focused. Plain vision becomes a decision filter. Here is the question that will save your energy and your anointing. Is this in line with my vision? Ask it of your calendar meetings, trips, lunches. Ask it of your budget, purchases, subscriptions, investments. Ask it of your partnerships. Who you walk with determines where you end up. Ask it of your projects. If it doesn't move the mission, it should not move your month. Write this down. A clear no is anointed when it protects a God-ordained yes. Tell your neighbor, my no is holy. Say it again until you mean it. Let me pastor you with a smile. Decision fatigue is killing some of you. Too many choices. So you choose nothing that matters. I simplified my closet. Same cut, same color. Why? Because I don't want to spend creative power deciding between 30 shirts when I need that power to build nations. Less options, more power. You laughing, but your destiny is buried under piles of indecision. Write this down. Options are luxuries. Focus is oxygen. Every unnecessary yes is suffocating your assignment. Consider Jesus. Luke 9:51 says, he steadfastly set his face to go to Jerusalem. He refused to be crowned by the crowds. John 6:15. He said at 12, I must be about my Father's business. Luke 2:49. Vision restrained him. Restraint released him. That's why he finished in 33 years what men failed to start in 70. Hebrews 12:1 adds, lay aside every weight, not sin weights. Good things become bad things when they dilute the right thing. Athletes win by lines. If you drift outside your lane, you get disqualified even if you were fast. Write this down. Restraint is not punishment, it is propulsion. And yes, it can feel like a prison. You can't attend every party, answer every inbox, chase every trend, but this is a prison with windows facing your future. The bars are called boundaries, and the key is called purpose. Say it loud. Vision imprisons me to free me. Clap your hands if you receive it. Now that you understand the discipline of plainness, the power of lanes, and the holiness of no, the next question is obvious. What exactly do we write so that restraint becomes a runnable system? We are going to build the Habakkuk one-page template: outcomes, steps, boundaries, and roles, so your yes has rails and your runners have a route. Please take notes. Write this down exactly. Don't argue with it. Use it. I'm moving fast. God said, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets so a runner can carry it. A runner can carry a page, not a binder. Clarity is speed, and speed lives on a single sheet. I am giving you the Habakkuk one-page template. Reduce your revelation to instruction so that readers become runners and desire becomes design. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Order is how grace gains momentum. First purpose statement, one sentence. Not what you want to own, what value you were born to deliver. Write this. I exist to equip first-generation entrepreneurs to create honest profit by packaging their gift. That's value, not vanity. Second, target people. One phrase. Keep it other-centered. First-generation founders in my city, ages 18-35. Third, the problem you solve. One sentence. Define the burden, because burden clarifies assignment. They have skill but lack a simple path to customers, causing debt, delay, and discouragement. Jesus was moved with compassion and then he acted. Mark 6:34. Compassion breeds clarity. Fourth, measurable outcomes. 3 metrics. So heaven's whisper becomes earth's evidence. Numbers don't quench the spirit, they prove stewardship. Write it this way. Launch 50 micro enterprises in 12 months. 80% become profitable by month 6. Median monthly revenue reaches $2,000 by month 9. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Least includes metrics. Fifth, method in 5 steps, the weekly repeatable process that turns vision into motion. Step 1, clarify gift name. One problem you solve for one person. Step 2, design one simple offer at one price. Step 3, build a 30-day customer list using 2 channels you can sustain. Step 4, deliver value weekly and gather testimonials. Step 5, review every Friday. Keep what works, cut what doesn't, and plan next week's actions. That's a treadmill for triumph. If it can't be done weekly, it won't be done widely. 6, boundaries, 3 holy no's to protect the yes. No custom projects outside our one offer. No events without a lead capture plan. No debt-funded vanity purchases. Vision imprisons you to free you. These bars are blessing. All things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. 1 Corinthians 10:23. 7th, team runners and roles, because readers must carry weight. Lead runner, steward of the vision and teacher of the method. Program coach helps founders refine offers. Operation steward, schedules, systems, and space. Finance steward, budgets, tracking, and compliance. Storyteller captures testimonials that fuel trust. The things you have heard from me, commit to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. 2 Timothy 2:2. Roles turn revelation into relay. 8th, timeline the appointed time in phases and checkpoints. Phase 1, 0-90 days. Pilot with 10 founders. Checkpoint every 30 days. Phase 2, months 4-9, scale to 40, checkpoint at month 6 for profitability rates. Phase 3, months 10-12, reach 50 and codify playbook, final review at month 12. The vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Habakkuk 2-3. Waiting is working the phases. Now here the transition, we will make it plain by compressing all of that onto one readable page so a runner can execute at a glance. When your vision fits on a page with outcomes, steps, boundaries, and roles, you have turned revelation into a route. Clap your hands if you're ready to run. Please take notes, write this down. I'm moving fast. Plain on paper must become plain in public. If it can be said simply and repeated consistently, it can be run faithfully. Here is the compression tool, the 1-5 word test. If you cannot state your vision in 15 words, you cannot recruit runners consistently. 1 Corinthians 14:9 says, except ye utter words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? Words easy to be understood. Not churchy fog, not corporate smoke, clarity, honest people's time. Try it now. We exist to equip first-generation founders to earn honest profit weekly by packaging one skill. Simply count the words 15. It is short enough to remember, strong enough to measure, clear enough to repeat. Your turn. Write this frame and fill the blanks. We exist to sow that, and we measure it by, say it with me, we exist to sow that, and we measure it by, that sentence is your recruiting engine. You don't need a meeting to hand a baton. You need a sentence that moves on its own legs. Now we build a runner card, a portable tablet. One side carries your 15-word line and a short paragraph. The other side carries 3 metrics and the next 7 days' actions. Keep it light enough to carry without you. Example, paragraph. We equip first-generation founders in our city to turn skill into honest profit with one simple weekly process. We train in cohorts, practice live offers, and track progress every Friday. We go small, steady, and sustainable so families breathe easier and businesses last. Metrics. Launch 50 micro enterprises in 12 months, 80% profitable by month 6. Median monthly revenue, $2,000 by month 9. Next 7 days, book a free meeting space. Invite 10 qualified prospects by name. Write the one-offer script. Build a 30-day lead list. Schedule a Friday review. Open a simple ledger. Rehearse the 15-word line until it sings in your sleep. Cut the fog. No more apostolic hubs of catalytic synergy. No more leveraging cross-functional paradigms for stakeholder optimization. That is noise, not leadership. Jesus said, let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. Matthew 5:37. Straight talk is holy. Clarity is not casual. It is covenantal. Speak so a teenager can carry it to their friend and not lose meaning on the way. Remember, culture is what you repeat, reward, and review. Say it the same way every time until the building can finish your sentence. When your greeting team, your finance steward, and your storyteller all say the same line, you have moved from memo to movement. I want you to practice out loud every day for 30 days. Morning, say the 15 words. Midday, declare the 3 metrics. Evening, check the 7 actions. Runners run what they hear most. Romans 10:17 says, faith comes by hearing. Repetition cements culture. Culture carries vision when you are tired. Now brace yourself. Once you make it plain, the test begins. Clarity attracts opposition because clarity threatens confusion's economy. 1 Peter 4:12. Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. When you go public, warfare goes active. Don't panic. This is not punishment. It is proof. We will address the test next. But tonight, lock the language. Say it. Print it. Carry it. Because what can be read can be run. And what is run by God's grace will be done. Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. The moment you make the vision plain, you announce it to warfare. This is a law. All true visions will be tested. Delay will court your doubt. Distraction will seduce your focus. Misunderstanding will question your motives. Resistance will push against your progress. Why? Testing is proof, not punishment. 1 Peter 4:12 says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. The Greek word for trial there speaks of a smelting fire that reveals what is genuine. James 1-3 adds, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience. Trying is dokimion, proving the genuineness. Write this down. If it is God breathed, it will be God tested. If it is ego birth, it will be ego broken. Tie it to our text, Habakkuk 2:3. Though it tarry, wait for it. Waiting is not passivity, it is preparation. In Isaiah 40-31, wait is kava, binding together like strands twisted into a rope. While you wait, you are weaving strength. While you wait, you are rehearsing the system, training runners, refining language, strengthening lanes. The appointed time is not a calendar event, it's a capacity event. Write this down. God uses delay to develop durability. If your vision cannot survive the waiting room, it is not ready for the delivery room. Visions come in phases. Please capture this. You often receive a picture of the end, but instructions for the next step. Psalm 119-105 says, Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Lamps show steps, not skylines. Abraham heard, go to a land that I will show you. Genesis 12:1, not a map, a mandate. Joseph dreamed of rulership, then served in Potiphar's house under prison phases. David was anointed king as a boy, but learned leadership in caves before he wore crown phases. Even Jesus said, my hour has not yet come, John 2-4. Write this down. Revelation shows destination. Instruction orders progression. Don't confuse the trailer with today's task list. Beware counterfeit comfort. If it's easy, check the source. I don't mean worship pain. I mean respect reality. Purpose has a price. Jesus said, count the cost. Luke 14:28. Nehemiah rebuilt with a trowel in one hand and a sword in the other. Nehemiah 4:17, that is vision under fire. Sanballat will mock. Tobiah will minimize. Some will misinterpret your motive. Who do you think you are? That's not your cue to quit. It's your invitation to clarity. Write this down. Opposition clarifies assignment. Every no from critics pushes you deeper into your lane. Let me pass you through the 4 testers. Delay tests your trust. Answer with consistent steps. Distraction tests your focus. Answer with your boundaries. Misunderstanding tests your humility. Answer with steady repetition, not defensiveness. Resistance tests your resilience. Answer with disciplined iteration. Tell your neighbor, press through the test to get a testimony. Say it again like you mean it. Press through the test to get a testimony. Revelation without endurance produces souvenirs, not systems. But when you endure, Romans 5-4 says, patience works experience, and experience produces hope, and hope does not make ashamed. Lift your head. This is not the devil having the last word. This is God building your last ability, stability, dependability, sustainability. Endurance requires mastery because vision is not a hobby, it is dominion. Isaiah 50-7 says, I have set my face like flint. Set your face, narrow your lane, perfect your process. We are moving from endurance to excellence, from running to ruling, because you were born to master something. Please take notes, write this down, I'm moving fast. Vision is not for entertainment, it is for dominion. Genesis 1:26, let them have dominion. The Hebrew word is radah, rule, govern, manage, master. Dominion is not abuse of people, it is mastery of an area. And hear me, scattered people cannot govern anything. A divided heart cannot exercise authority. Vision narrows you so you can rule somewhere. If you refuse to focus, you resign from rulership. Write this down. Mastery is the proof of purpose. Here is the trap. Jack of all trades, master of none. It sounds versatile. It produces poverty of authority. Activity without authority. Motion without mastery. You do a little music, a little marketing, a little ministry, a little real estate, and wonder why no king invites you to the table. Kings don't call dabblers, they call masters. Proverbs 22:29 says, seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings. Not businesses, business singular. Diligence concentrated becomes distinction. Distinction attracts demand. Demand creates dominion. Shift your target. Don't seek success. Seek to be valuable. Success is a byproduct. Value is the cause. Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. Your gift opens the door. Your mastery keeps you in the room. Value attracts provision and influence. People pay for clarity and excellence. They tip confusion and excuse. Write this down. Become so good at one thing that help finds you. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature. Luke 2:52. Development, not height. Bezalel in Exodus 31:3 was filled with the Spirit of God in wisdom and understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship. The Spirit anoints skill as a stewardship of vision. Apply this to your one-page template. Identify the one core skill your vision demands and make a covenant with your calendar to master it. If your template is equipping first-generation founders, pick one. Offer design, customer conversation, or honest pricing. Choose one and schedule 90 minutes a day for 90 days. Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the iron be blunt, then must he put to more strength. But wisdom is profitable to direct. Sharpen your axe. Build a reading plan, one book a month that deepens that one skill, not random topics. Set mentorship, one practitioner you meet bi-weekly. Pay for wisdom if necessary, because tuition is cheaper than ignorance. Set reps, 100 live practice reps in 30 days. 100 offers presented. 100 conversations logged. 100 follow-ups sent. Log them. Review every Friday. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved. Study means repetition until you become the subject. Remove the time wasters that dilute your mastery. Delete the app that eats hours and produces nothing. Block your calendar in focus sprints. Simplify your wardrobe if you must. Fewer choices, more excellence. Say no to projects outside your lane. Remember, vision makes life simple. Tell your neighbor, my no is holy because my yes is heavy. Declare this with me. I was born to master something. Say it again until your soul believes it. I was born to master something. I will not be a generalist in destiny. I will become valuable through focused excellence. Because when vision demands focus, focus produces mastery. Mastery creates value. And value establishes dominion. Clap your hands and praise his name. Now we seal this with obedience. In the next move, I will give you a 2-4-hour Habakkuk assignment, right? Make plain and set runners, because obedience proves belief. James 1:22 says, be doers of the word and not hearers only. Prepare your heart. We're about to convert revelation into momentum. Please take notes. Write this down. I'm moving fast. Obedience within 24 hours converts revelation into momentum. Habakkuk 2:2 does not say think the vision. It says write the vision and make it plain upon tablets that he may run that readeth it. Here is your assignment, clear and simple. Within the next 24 hours, complete your one-page Habakkuk template, purpose, people, problem, outcomes, method, boundaries, team, timeline, and then compress it into your 15-word line and your runner card. Not next week. Not when you feel led. Now, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. This is your time. When you finish, print it and put it where vision can see you seeing it. Fridge, mirror, desk. Then read it aloud morning and night for 7 days. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Vision lives by confession. Runners are trained by repetition. Faith comes by hearing, and you need to hear yourself believe. Read the 15 words. Declare the 3 metrics. Announce the next 7 actions. Say it until your soul salutes. Next, set runners. Choose 2 people, friend, spouse, teammate, who love you enough to hold you to the truth. Sit them down within 24 hours. Hand them the runner card. Read the 15-word line once. Then ask them to repeat it back to you without looking. If they can't, it's not plain yet. Make it plainer. Sharpen the language until a teenager can carry it to school and not lose meaning on the way. Except ye utter words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? 1 Corinthians 14:9. When they can repeat it, ask them to sign their name and the date as a runner. Why? Because signatures turn talk into trust. Now schedule the next 7 days immediately. Vision without a calendar is hallucination. Open your planner before you close this meeting. Book the space. Name the 10 people you will invite. Block 2 hours for building the offer script. Set Friday review at a fixed time. If it's not dated, it's not decided. James 2:26 says, faith without works is dead. Works live on calendars. Here is your accountability question for every Friday review. What did you stop doing this week because of the vision? Write it at the top of your journal. Ask your runners to ask you that out loud. Your progress will be measured as much by subtractions as by additions. Hebrews 12:1. Lay aside every weight. Your holy no protects. Your ordained, yes. I'm going to speak over you, but first open your mouth and covenant with God. Say it loud. Within 24 hours, I will write, I will make it plain, and I will set runners. Say it again. I bind my vision to my calendar, my confession, and my community. Now I declare over you Isaiah 30:8. Now go. Write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. May your pen be swift, your words be simple, your runners be faithful, and your feet be strong. Clap your hands and praise his name, because teaching has become covenant, and covenant will become momentum. Lift your hands and let me seal this with clarity. Here is the holy sequence. Write this down in your heart. God gives a vision. You write the vision, you make it plain, runners read it, running begins, and then at the appointed time, the vision speaks for itself. Habakkuk 2:2-3. Write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. At the end it shall speak and not lie. When the line is readable, the feet are runnable. Clarity authorizes motion. Vision should be out of reach, but never out of sight. I declare over you, confusion breaks when clarity enters. Discipline returns when vision becomes plain. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, people cast off restraint. But we have reversed the curse. Where there is vision made plain, restraint returns, focus comes home, and speed is restored. Lanes don't slow you down. Lanes deliver you to destiny. Your holy no is guarding your anointed yes. Your calendar is now a covenant. Your language is now a lever. Your runners are now a relay. This is not theory. This is a system, runnable, repeatable, transferable. Open your mouth and make covenant declarations. Say it loud. I will not throw off restraint. Say it again. I will be focused. Say it again. I will be valuable. Say it again. I will run with my assignment. Tell your neighbor, my no is holy because my yes is heavy. Now say it to heaven. I will run and not be weary. I will walk and not faint, because now I can read. Isaiah 40:31 is your portion. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. Waiting is weaving. Reading is running. Running is reigning. Here is your commission. Stand your ground in delay. Keep the vision before your eyes, on the wall, on the mirror, on the doorpost of your day. Deuteronomy 6-9. Refine it until a child can carry it. If they can't repeat it, it's not plain, yet make it plainer. If it gets foggy, return to the page. If it gets heavy, return to the lane. If it gets loud, return to the sentence. Look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, and run with patience the race that is set before us. Hebrews 12:1-2. Patience in your feet, purpose in your face, plainness in your mouth. I prophesy restoration of momentum. What confusion stole, clarity repays. Job received double. Proverbs says the thief restores sevenfold. You are coming back with interest, sharper language, stronger lanes, steadier runners. At the end it shall speak and not lie. The time will come when you won't need to defend it. The fruit will testify. Keep your hands on the plow, your eyes on the line, your heart in the word. Now lift a shout of gratitude for purpose, for order, for obedience. Thank him that vision is in you, that scripture is your scaffold, that testing will only prove what God has planted. Say it one more time. I will write, I will make it plain, I will set runners, I will run my race. Father, breathe on every page, bless every runner, guard every lane, and hasten the appointed time. In Jesus' name, amen. Clap your hands and praise his name, because you are authorized to run until the vision speaks.